YouTube, what it do is your boy Benji, and we're back bomb. And if you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. You can follow me on multiple social media platforms. But first of all, I would like to issue a moment of silence for Kyrie Irving. Kyrie's a player that a lot of us like to watch, and it's always nice when he's healthy and motivated and wants to actually be on the basketball court and play basketball. That's always something that we're happy to see. Unfortunately, it looks like we lost a good one, at least for the rest of the season. Kyrie Irving just got diagnosed with a ACL tear after a wonky drive to the rim the other night. I think this, at this point, concludes the season for the Mavericks, because I don't know what happened. I don't know what they do down in Dallas. I don't know who threw that juju or whatever the case may be on the Dallas Mavericks, because ever since they made this trade, well, things have just continued to get worse and worse and worse for them. Like, my goodness. Kyrie has played 50 of the 62 games for the Mavericks, and he's averaging about 25 points a game, 5 boards, 5 assists, and 1.3 steals. A lot of people were alluding to the fact that Kyrie Irving's playing like nearly 37 minutes a game. The boy was balling, and he saw a minutes uptick after Luka got traded away, because he was expected to shoulder the load out in Dallas, which he was doing for a lot of the season anyways, because Luka had been out with injury. Of course, the internet is just not going to let Nico Harrison, the Dallas Mavericks GM, they're not going to let them breathe. So you trade away the cornerstone of your franchise. Ticket prices go up. And you put trust or put faith in your franchise behind a bunch of dudes that are injury prone and older and on shorter contracts. And you effectively ruined your future because you don't have control over your picks for the next few years. I mean, let's think about what happens. Granted, the Mavericks are not the only team at this point in the season that will be going through a bunch of injuries, because everybody at this point, once you're 60 games in, you're going to be feeling it. But it's been an unfortunate amount of luck that the Mavericks have been under, because, oh my goodness, it's like seemingly right after this trade. Like, what's happened? Jaden Hardy went down with an ankle injury. Oh my goodness, Kyrie Irving. AD went down the first game he suited up for the Mavericks. Gafford, Lively, Caleb Martin. I mean, things are not looking bright. And I think the problem is, like I said, you've got AD, who's 32. Kyrie Irving's about to turn 33. You put these guys at the forefront of your franchise. And I can't forget about KLAY Thompson, who's 35. And also has an injury history. The next issue, I think, is that they've constructed an offense and a roster full of guys who are dependent on a primary ball handler getting them the ball. Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. We watched the Mavericks play last season in an offense that predicated off of those two being super successful. And we saw a couple of guys who were able to step up to the plate, knock down a couple shots, and make big plays when they needed to. At the end of the day, they understand that they have a role to stand in the corner and shoot or cut to the basket. Or just act like you're going to do something on offense. So now, all these guys are going to have to pick up an offensive burden that they haven't had to pick up for this season or the prior season, or maybe even the season before that, if they've been there long enough. So you have a bunch of guys who haven't played in a certain manner all season or for maybe multiple seasons. And then you have a roster full of guys who aren't going to be dependent individually anyways. I mean, you got cut and dunk guys, and you got guys that stand in the corner and shoot. You don't have many other options of guys that are going to be able to create for themselves. You don't really have a roster full of guys who are ready to defend. Now, sure, can we make the argument that in the perfect scenario, Nico, yes, you put enough names together on the court, it could work out in your favor. Unfortunately, you have KLAY Thompson, who relies heavily on somebody getting him the basketball because of the shooting threat that he is. Again, you have a bunch of other guys who are used to sitting in the corner and shooting the basketball when somebody's sending it to them. But you would have to have somebody who's putting pressure on the rim, making that worth your while. If you lose your two primary ball handlers, now what do? Obviously, you got plenty of guys that can step up to the plate, like Spencer Dinwiddie and, of course, Jaden Hardy whenever he gets back from injury. Unfortunately, whenever they come back from injury, is up in the air. Now, for the Mavericks, I think you still have a shot at the playoffs. I mean, they're in a 10th space right now. Then they're 3 games ahead of the Phoenix Suns. So there's a possibility they can still make it to the play-in. Or, at the very least, they can make it to one of the solid roster spots, in the Western Conference. Because, of course, it's going to be a tight race to the end of the season. But what do you think they should do? Should they throw it away? AD's suspected to come back sometime around playoff time, right? Probably before the end of the season. He's going to get reevaluated soon. Lively and Gafford could possibly make a return as well. But I think everybody knows the fall from grace has been crazy. So let's check out what Nico had to say. There aren't words to fully describe who Kyrie Irving is to this team or what he means to us as an organization. Kyrie is the heart and soul of this team, and he has embraced the city of Dallas as his home, and our fans are an extension of his own family. I've been fortunate to have witnessed his journey, his continued evolution and growth over the years, and I'm incredibly grateful to have the opportunity to see him approach the game of basketball with the same energy and fierce passion for the game that he did as a young man at the birth of his career. His work ethic, absolute dedication to the craft is cut from the cloth of greats. I know it, I lived it, I see the same ferocity and passion in him that I saw in Kobe. All my thoughts that our staff with Kyrie and his family, and are confident that we come back stronger than this, like he always has. I am nervous to see the comments. Remember, before you guys send hate to Nico, he's a father, a husband, and Christian, not just a general manager. Yeah, not above criticism, though. Nico Harrison has not offered kind words for Luka Doncic after trade, aside from him passing the generalities. Interesting. He destroyed the Mavs. He injured him by playing him 40 minutes a night. Now that may not be Nico's call. What Nico said isn't bad, but I don't think Dallas fans want to hear it. Absolutely disgusting to keep using Kobe Bryant for PR. I kind of agree with that. And of course, the hit pieces are coming on Klay Thompson. Poor Klay Thompson now stands as the last man standing in a basketball tragedy of epic proportions. NBA Finals to potential lottery hopefuls in the next span of weeks. Sporting actor suddenly thrust into the lead role of a production nobody wants to see. Klay definitely came to Dallas under the premise that he'd be playing with Luka Doncic and getting himself a lot of open shots to help the Mavericks where they lacked. Now he has nobody. And of course, they're going to bring up the Warriors. Across the basketball cosmos, the Warriors have experienced a renaissance after acquiring Jimmy Butler. Golden State sits comfortably in the playoff picture where Brandon Podziemski has flourished alongside Butler. The T, Klay has abandoned and has found new life without him. Kyrie hurt, AD hurt, Luka traded. Klay Thompson on the Mavs. No facts.
It hurts. It hasn't been 48 hours since I tore my ACL, but the recovery process already started, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So just wanted to let you guys know I'm okay, and I will be okay moving forward. It does suck a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. It's this one stings for sure, but I have a great support system around me. I have incredible family members and friends, and I know I'm supported not just here in America but internationally. And I'm not on this journey alone. Proper perspective. I gave it all this season. I was giving it all. Starting in the summertime after we lost in the finals. It's been a lot of change that's happened very quickly over the last month and some change. So I've been dealing with emotions just with that too. And I'll have time to kind of go deeper into those emotions when I have the time. But as of right now, I'm going to take it in stride. I just wanted to tell you guys I love you, and I'll be updating you guys. I don't know when, but I'm not going to get silent or try to run away from the pain or run away from telling you guys the truth of what's going on.
I mean, you hate to see stuff like that, especially somebody who's so talented. And like I said, this was one of the seasons that Kyrie was pretty healthy, man. He was coming to play, and they did look like he had that extra motivation. Luka wished his former teammate, the best, and they would come back even stronger. This hurts. A lot of people were talking about how Kyrie went and shot the um, free throws following his injury, and I mean, it does kind of put a little bit of extra emotion to it, man. Because at the end of the day, bro, these dudes are athletes, and they put it on the line, bro, for our entertainment. So it does put a lot of perspective into it all. Of course, like we want to get judgmental about dudes like Nico Harrison and the decisions that they make that affect a lot of these players, their families, their livelihoods, and at the end of the day, the entertainment that we watch on a day to day. I mean, we get passionate about it, but it does put a lot in perspective. But yeah, this absolutely had to be like a crazy scenario of like the basketball gods having humor, because my goodness, I just don't understand it, man. But what y'all think, man? Is Nico lasting to next season? Is this like some type of direct result of what he did? Y'all let me know how you feel. Leave me in the comments below. Peace.